Pastor Jim Sarian was a minister of music in a Florida church. He tells of the time when one of his congregation's organizations, known as the Women's League, kind of like our Presbyterian women, wanted to announce a new project that they had undertaken for the church. On that particular Sunday morning during the announcement time, the president of the Women's League came up to announce this new project that the women were going to take upon themselves. After a brief description, the president of the Women's League called for all the ladies of the league, mostly ladies 55 and older, to march up to the front of the sanctuary so that the congregation could see the earnestness of their endeavor. Pastor Sarian was the pianist for the church. He decided to give the ladies a marching tune. He started playing the children's chorus, The Lord's Army, to keep in step with the march. He says, in my head, I was hearing the familiar words, I may never march in the infantry, ride in the cavalry, shoot the artillery. Unfortunately, everyone else in the congregation was hearing the original tune, The Old Gray Mare. When the surprised Women's League's president asked why he was playing that tune, he got so flustered he just went out the side of the door. Didn't even give an answer. But you see, music carries messages for our lives. Music can carry, say, the message of love. For example, how many of you, when you were dating, you remember when you were dating, one song became your song? When a couple in love, they'll often speak of a particular song as being our song because it triggers memories of the intimacies and the affections they shared from the beginning. Music, of course, can also speak of, say, depression. I think that's what country music is best known for. Many of these songs tell the stories of lost love and ruined relationships. And of course, I'm sure you know what happens if you play a country song backwards, right? The guy gets his house back and his life back and his stuff back. Songs written in the 60s had a common theme. You remember the common theme of the 60s? It was protest. They protested the war. They protested against authority. They protested against anyone telling them what to do and where to go. And then, of course, there's music that communicates rage and defiance. Music styles like heavy metal and rap. You say, oh, really? I never understood the words. That's right. You don't even have to understand the words, and you can be filled with rage. So music communicates to us. In fact, music's ability to communicate is so powerful that even the military recognizes its importance. Believe it or not, at the Pentagon School of Music, it takes 15 months of instruction to produce one band leader. By contrast, the Air Force takes 13 months to train a jet pilot. Yes, music has power. Power to communicate, power to inspire, power to change. According to Don Campbell, who's founder of the Institute for Music, Health, and Education, music can communicate to us even when we're not influenced by the words of a song. He says, and I quote, music impacts physiology on a deep, basic level. The human heartbeat is especially attuned to sound. Changes in tempo and volume act as natural pacemakers. Breathing slows down or speeds up along with the music. Later on, he said, music has a direct effect on the function of the brain. It can slow down and equalize brain waves to create a meditative state, or it can energize brain waves, quickening the thinking process and enhancing creativity. You know, music therapy is a burgeoning field. Those who become certified music therapists are accomplished musicians who have a deep knowledge of how music can evoke emotional response, to relax, to stimulate people, even to help them heal. We had a ministry here years ago of the harp ministry, where the women would go into hospitals and play the harp and to effect healing. Now, according to Harvard, they had a study. They said that music can improve outcomes of invasive procedures, restore lost speech, reduce side effects of cancer therapy, aid pain relief, improve quality of life for dementia. And what I think that tells us is that music is a powerful force. It communicates messages to our lives. It communicates messages to our hearts. It speaks to our brains, to our minds, and every cell of our body. Now, in Colossians 3, which we read moments ago as our affirmation of faith, God is telling us that we need to use the power of music. Now, that affirmation of faith was in the New Revised Standard Version, but in the King James Version, we read, "Let the peace of God rule in your hearts, to which you were also called as one body, and be thankful. Let the word of Christ dwell in you richly in all wisdom, teaching and admonishing one another in psalms and hymns and spiritual songs, singing with grace in your hearts to the Lord." And so God wants us to use music as a tool to strengthen ourselves and to encourage one another. In fact, I've always told my choirs that it is their music that makes the spoken message, the sermon, better and stronger. But how can music help us as Christians? Well, first, I think music can change our attitudes. In the Old Testament, we're told that in the latter years of his reign, King Saul turned away from God. So God left Saul, the text says, and an evil spirit moved in. And the result was that King Saul was driven nearly to the point of madness. One of his counselors told him that he knew a young man whose singing might just help relieve his burden. And that was how David came to sing in King Saul's court. And we're told that when David would take his harp and play, then relief would come to Saul. He would feel better, and the evil spirit would leave him for a time. See, music can change our attitudes. It has the power to make us melancholy, or it can even prep us for the big game. I remember as a young boy, when I played baseball, what I loved to do was go into my living room. And I had two big speakers on the floor of the living room, and I would just lay down on the carpet between these two speakers and pick out my favorite song for the day and just let that music fill me and pump me up for the game that day. Music can change your attitude. You know, a student at a Bible college had a part-time job in the back room of a furniture store. He was known as the furniture stripper. Now, there have been many people who have held the title of furniture stripper. The young man said, though, that that job was to take old chairs and tables, dip them in a horse tank that was filled with methylene chloride, which would strip off old paint and varnish, and then take the treated furniture over to a shower stall where it would spray water on the furniture and get all the junk off, so that a more skilled laborer could refinish the product later. He said it was lonely, it was smelly, it was one of the most unpleasant jobs that anybody could possibly do. Now, the worst part of methylene chloride is acting like acetone with an attitude. If you touched your skin, it would drive you crazy, it would burn. So anyone doing this job was forced to wear eye protection and these huge rubber gloves and all of this garment around. It was very inconvenient. It was very uncomfortable, and it was a lousy job. One day, though, he was in a Bible class, and the young man encountered Ephesians chapter 5, which spoke of ways that you can be filled with the Spirit of God. And it said, speak to one another with psalms and hymns and spiritual songs. Sing and make music in your heart to the Lord, always giving thanks to God the Father for everything in the name of the Lord Jesus Christ. So the young man thought to himself, I'll try it and see how that works, which he did. And he went on to tell that he said, I was alone for 3 or 4 hours in that back room. I could do any crazy thing I wanted back there. And so what I chose to do was sing and pray and just worship God in my little cathedral as I was stripping the furniture. After a couple of weeks, my boss pulled me aside and asked me, what have you been doing back there? A little confused, I asked what he meant, and he said, I don't know what you're doing back there, but I've never seen anyone come out of that room before with a smile on his or her face. What are you doing back there? What the young man had been doing was obeying the commandment of Ephesians chapter 5. He said, I changed my attitude. And by singing and praising and praying to God, I had risen above my circumstances. I had allowed God's Spirit to come into me and work into me and change my attitude. Brings me to a second point. Music can also change a person. Music can give us the power to take control of our circumstances. Ordinarily, we say that our circumstances control us, but music can teach us that we can control our circumstances. And yet, even when people are cruel to us, or life gets us down, or we're imprisoned by our circumstances. In Acts 16, we read that Paul and Silas were imprisoned in the city of Philippi. They had been preaching and healing. They'd been casting out demons. And something about what they were doing upset the authorities. And the town magistrate had beaten them with rods, thrown them into the innermost part of the prison, and placed them in stocks. Now this wasn't right. This wasn't fair. This was unjustified cruelty. And yet, Acts 16 tells us that at midnight, Paul and Silas were praying and singing hymns to God, and the prisoners were listening to them. Suddenly there was this great earthquake, so that the foundations of the prison were shaken. Immediately all the doors were opened and everyone's chains loosened. What happened to Paul and Silas wasn't right. It wasn't fair. If this type of thing happened to any of us, I dare say that we probably would be filled with despair or frustration or maybe even rage. How dare anyone treat me like this? But to say the least, conditions like these could have overwhelmed any of us. But Paul and Silas were not overwhelmed. They were not beaten down. They were not defeated. What happened to them wasn't right. And yet they refused to be controlled by those circumstances. They faced the unfairness of what they experienced. They focused their attention on God. And what did they use? They used singing and prayer. They used those tools to take control of their circumstances. Now, they may have been physically inside a prison, but they chose to be mentally in the presence of their Savior. In other words, those who had mistreated them could chain their bodies, but not their souls. Their singing and prayers gave them the power to rise above their circumstances. So when you and I sing to God, when we surround ourselves with music that glorifies God, we are actively putting ourselves into the very presence of God. It literally lifts us up. It changes us. It changes our circumstances. But there's even something more powerful than that can take place. Singing gives us a tool by which we can teach and witness. Colossians 3:16 says, "Let the word of Christ dwell in you richly in all wisdom, teaching and admonishing one another in psalms and hymns and spiritual songs, singing with grace in your hearts to the Lord." One of the most overlooked aspects of Paul and Silas' experience in that prison was when the text says, as they were praying and singing hymns to God, the prisoners were listening to them. I don't think that Paul and Silas intended to have others listen as they sang, but it would be a little bit hard to miss in a prison cell. I mean, here, these two had been beaten. They had been placed in the deepest, darkest, most forbidding corner of the prison. They had been placed in stocks, and when they put you in stocks, they don't put you there to make you comfortable. As far as the other prisoners were concerned, these men should have been howling in protest, cursing in rage, suffering in silence. But maybe they were crazy. They were crazy. They were singing praises to God. You would have thought it was a church service going on, when in fact it was a dungeon. But they were crazy. These men were so in love with Jesus that even in prison, they sang his praises. And because they did this naturally, they literally were witnessing by their singing. Their voices reached the cells of other prisoners and the ears of the jailer who had locked them into that cell. The witness was so strong that when the jailer thought about killing himself, he heard the voice of Paul calling out saying, "Don't do it," and in fact had the opportunity to go deeper into what it meant to be a follower of Jesus Christ, to the point where both the jailer and his entire family were baptized. Singing is a powerful tool for witnessing. I recently read of a story of a young boy in India who had been at a missionary school near his home. He didn't know much about Christianity. He had only spent a few days in these children's programs. But as he was walking home one day down the street, he was loudly singing one of the songs that had touched his heart at the mission. Jesus loves me, this I know, for the Bible tells me so. He didn't really understand the song yet, but he liked the way that it was that he sang it. The other children heard him as he walked down the street, and they asked him to sing the whole song for them, which he did. And they asked him who this Jesus was and what this book called the Bible was, and the boy told them, I don't know yet. I really don't know. But he took the whole group back to the mission where they heard the story for themselves, and many of them became Christians because one little boy witnessed to them in a song of which he didn't even understand the words. See, music is a powerful tool. It can change us. It can change our circumstances, and it can change the lives of the people around us. But come on, there are people who don't like to sing. Right? I know. You're singing a hymn, and you either mouth the words or you look down and close your eyes. I know. They find themselves identifying with the 3-year-old who sang, I love you, Lord, and I lift up my voice. One expert noted that approximately 40% of Christians have come to believe that singing should be left to those who can sing. They don't like to sing out loud. They prefer to leave singing to those who can carry a tune. But in his book, Songs of the Heart, George Sweeting illustrated a great truth from the experience of 2 Moody Bible Institute graduates, John and Elaine Beckton. God called this couple to missionary work among the Chol Indians of southern Mexico. Sweeting reported that they rode mules and they traveled by dugout canoes to reach this tribe in the densest parts of southern Mexico. They labored 25 years with other missionaries to translate the New Testament into the language of the Chol Indians. Today, the Chol Church is thriving. More than 12,000 Christians make up that Christian community. Now, what's interesting is that when the missionaries originally arrived, those Indians didn't know how to sing. With the coming of the gospel, however, the believers in their midst, as people became known as believers in Jesus Christ, those individuals became known as the singers. They loved to sing now because they had something to sing about. The question we should ask ourselves this morning is not whether we can sing, because when the choir asked me if I could sing this morning, I could tell them, no, I'm not a very good singer, I understand that. But whether we have a song to sing, that's the question. Do we have a song to sing? Because if we truly love Jesus, we have a song to sing, and the heavenly witnesses aren't really that interested in how well you sing, but what you're singing about. It's the sweetest music to their ears. Now, for his 27th anniversary program, Johnny Carson included a closing segment from one of his previous shows that on the origination date had caught him off guard and had actually moved him in his heart. And it struck me because it had to do with baseball. The previous year, Oral Hershiser had led his team, the Los Angeles Dodgers, to victory at the World Series, and Carson had asked him several questions about how the season had gone. And one of his questions was, when you're out there and you're a pitcher, you pitch half of an inning and then you take a half an inning off. You pitch a half an inning, you take a half an inning off. What do you do in between the times when you're out there on the mound? I mean, how do you deal with the stress? What do you do to get yourself prepped? And Hershiser thought about that for a moment and he responded. He says, I sing songs. And Carson then asked the pitcher to give him a sample. And the song that this acclaimed World Series pitcher chose to sing on national television, because this is what inspired him during baseball games and had such an impact basically on an unreligious man like Johnny Carson that night, and had moved him so much that he selected this segment to close his anniversary special, was the doxology. Oral Hershiser between innings sang the doxology, giving praise to God. And so the question this morning is not whether you can sing, but whether you have a song to sing. And if you don't know Jesus, then maybe you don't have a reason to sing. But we do know Jesus. So let's sing boldly as we possess the joy of our salvation. In fact, I invite you right now, let's stand up and let's sing God's praises with the doxology.